Hey, what up, everybody? Um, yeah, so just in general, I did my first live the other day, and it really just made me realize, how dope of a platform it is, and how I've kind of been taking it for granted. And like, I've been like wanting to do a podcast or maybe get into radio or something of that nature, something using my voice, my words. I feel like that's like a talent of mine. And, I didn't have a mic. I need a new laptop. There's a lot of obstacles, but I was like, until then, there's nothing stopping me from just using live as like a platform to broadcast. And, as the equipment comes, I could, take a different route. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing these more often. I like it. It gives me a platform, and it's a dope thing. Honestly, more people should take advantage of it if you got something to say, not just bitches on here rolling their eyes and looking at their fingernails and shit. But man, so obviously what's going on in this country right now in Minneapolis, not the first time, not going to be the last time. And I just feel like I've been hearing like kind of like the same repetitive takes and opinions and, you know, and I feel like I have some refreshing perspectives that maybe I haven't heard a lot of other people bring up yet. And also, I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm not afraid to ruffle some feathers. And I mean, people ain't gonna like this, but like my point number one that I want to make is just point blank, white people, you don't get to make the rules here. I mean that kind of figuratively and literally. Like I always see white people trying to tell me or tell other people of color. For those that don't know, I am a quarter black, even though I'm light bright. But me and other people of color, what's racist and what's not. And like, let me just be the one to tell you that like you don't get to determine that. There was a point in history where you did get to determine that, and when white people was determining what was racist or not, niggas was hanging from trees and in bondage and in slavery. So y'all don't get to decide no more. Like y'all essentially lost that. One of the only privileges y'all lost essentially is that. So you don't get to determine what's racist. Like you don't get to do something racist and then say the words, I'm not a racist. Like actions speak louder than words. Like that's something else, that happens every single time like clockwork. Somebody does something racist, says something racist, and then they come out and tell us that they're not racist and like that's not in their heart. Like, well, I mean, that's just hot air. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with those words if you doing racist shit? So you don't get to determine what's racist. You don't get to determine who's racist. You don't even get to determine if you're a racist. That's another thing I notice a lot of white people do. Like, oh, well, I'm not a racist. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me you're not a racist? Like, you obviously either are in denial or brainwashed or I don't even know. I really don't know. I do believe that there are people that don't know they're racist. Like, they're racist and they just don't know it. Like I know a lot of those people. But you're still a racist. Like you know what I'm saying? I could have a disease, not know I have the disease, but I still have the disease. Like, that don't change nothing just because I know it or not. So yeah, point number one, you don't get to determine what's racist. Like, you don't. Like, you don't. It's just that simple. Kind of like the N word. Just can't say it. And your opinion don't matter on that either. It drives you nuts, don't it? It really does. Just something that white folks can't control. Probably really one rule in society that got set by black folks. And that just drives y'all fucking nuts that y'all can't say nigga. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you there. Can't say it. Point number two, or really kind of 1A. You don't get to determine the appropriate response when black people are feeling generational pain. I also don't think you guys understand the cumulative effect of all this. Like, this is not an isolated incident. Like, this is we still mad about Eric Gardner and fucking Trayvon Martin. I mean, there's literally so many. It's so sad. Like, I mean, how can you keep track? But, You know, Philando Castile actually happened in Minneapolis, the same story. And we all remember him, the unarmed man that was shot in front of his wife, and I think maybe his kid too. Or no, he was armed, but it was legally armed. I don't know. Either way, the man didn't deserve to die. Minneapolis police fucking up again. Pattern of behavior here. Um, and so you don't get to determine, you know, how angry somebody gets to be, or like another thing. It's happened in my personal life lately too, but it also like relates to this. Like the person that was done wrong gets to like set the precedent for how to make that right. Like the person that does somebody wrong doesn't get to set their own punishment or determine what, you know what I'm saying, what the appropriate recourse is for your fuck up. Like, no, you're the one that fucked up, so shut up. Like that applies to this police situation. And just the white folks situation. Just like you know what I'm saying? Like take your medicine. Like if you're a little kid, you fuck up, you get in trouble. Like bend over and take your spankings. Like you fucked up, you got caught. Like you got caught. Like just you don't get to determine the punishment. You don't even have a say in the punishment. Like you don't get to have an opinion on what the punishment should be. So there's that. So we're gonna also kind of pivot here. Still, you know, same church, different pew. There's a situation going on in my hometown of Norman, Oklahoma. You know, shout out to 405, where, you know, the police chief, and I'm going to have a different opinion on this than a lot of y'all probably think I should or think I will. The Norman police chief apparently sent out an email with like a meme of, I mean, the movie Django is one of my favorite movies of all time. Love Tarantino, love Jamie Foxx, but that's a different conversation. I even love Leo. Yeah, love the movie Django. We all know the infamous, quite frankly, hilarious scene where they're putting on the KKK mask and the holes are too small, and old boy, you know, thinks that, you know, they need to be thanking his wife, and, you know, all I hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. You know, great iconic scene. One of my favorite movies. And the police chief apparently sent out an email that had the meme saying that, like, I can't see shit out of this thing, like in reference to like the COVID masks. Now, is that inappropriate for work? Absolutely. Is that a distasteful joke? Absolutely. You gotta be careful saying stuff like that. Absolutely. Was it hilarious? Honestly, absolutely. I thought it was funny. Maybe I have a sense of humor. I watch a lot of stand-up comedy. I like to think of myself as a funny person. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a troll. Maybe I've seen one too many South Park episodes. It's impacted how I interpret the world. But I honestly found it hilarious. But that's not my real point here. I didn't want to make that point. My real point is that, like, Norman PD has a long history of doing racist shit and doing fucked up shit to people of color. I mean, I literally have bare minimum 3 instances in my own life where I feel like race definitely played a factor with me and Norman PD. I mean, hell, me and Rodney were like 13 years old walking home from Alcott, and a cop literally like screeched, pulled up on us and hopped out and like was like putting their guns to us and shit. I mean, and we had nothing on us, no weed, nothing. Apparently, so typical situation, reports of black people breaking into shit and they see black people and decide to fuck them up. I mean, that happened to me. I mean, I've had homies literally get like arrested, like literally go to jail for having like a roach or a stem in their car. I mean, there's numerous examples of Norman PD like actually being racist, like not sending out a joke that doesn't fit our stupid ass PC principle rules nowadays. Like, I don't know. My point is, should he have done that? No. Like, but out of all the racist and out of line abuses of power that Norman PD have done, like, y'all tripping over a meme? Like, I don't know. That feels like false outrage to me. Like, that feels like some PC narrative type, like, social justice warrior. Just I don't know. That just seems like that fake Twitter justice to me. Like I don't know. Like Norman PD has fucked up enough times and given y'all enough actual stuff to like report. And I'm talking about how like so like the police chief shared that like Django meme with like the I can't say shit out of this mask meme. And I was saying like yeah that's inappropriate and yeah he shouldn't have done that, but like Norman PD has done way worse. Like I literally done worse shit to me, and I know they've done worse shit than what they've done to me. Like to people of color for years and years and years. So like it just seems like false outrage to me. Like out of all the shit Norman PD's ever done, like you know what I'm saying? We tripping over a meme that I honestly, quite frankly, found to be funny. Like I thought the meme was funny. Like I don't know. It just seems like PC fake Twitter outrage. Like wanting to pat yourself on the back but not actually impacting any change. Like I don't know. I just feel like out of all the Norman cops and all the instances of racism in Norman, the thing to really like hang your hat on is like sharing the Django meme. It's just like I don't know. To me, it's like I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but like this is the battle y'all choosing to pick, and like the hill y'all choosing to die on. Like I don't know. I feel like there's realer issues, and then like I was just also saying earlier how essentially white people don't get to like set the rules of like who's racist. They don't get to determine what's racist. And I said white people. There was a time when white people did get to set those rules, and when white people were setting the standard for what was racist, niggas was hanging from trees and in chains. So essentially, that's out, and white people don't get to determine what's racist no more, and they don't get to determine appropriate responses either. And so yeah. And I say I'm gonna be doing more of these lives, y'all. Until I get like a microphone and maybe get like a more serious podcast up and running. But I just want to kind of share my perspective, my take on everything that's going on, in our community and just in our country. And R.I.P. to George Floyd. R.I.P. to the countless others, that don't get a hashtag. Fucking shout out to the people that get shot by the police and survived. The same cop that killed George Floyd had shot like a few other people. Like, man, so shout out, man. Just, I actually do have a few friends that's cops, believe it or not. So it's like, it's making me reevaluate the whole fuck the police thing. But man, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's just fucked up. There's a lot of bitch ass police, man. There really is. Like, get mad if you want, man. A lot of them niggas is bitches, man. A lot of them niggas got small dicks or got beat up in school or never got no pussy, like, and just will do anything to just feel the tiniest bit like a man. Like, you can tell they ain't ever felt like a man a second in their life. You know what I'm saying? And I hate them type of people do not need to be police. We need intelligent, we need brave, we need real masculine leader men that are gonna be cops. But the thing is, cops got such a bitch ass reputation that what real nigga, what solid human being, real man wants to associate their name with some slimeball bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the chicken or the egg. Like, it ain't gonna change until there's better people in it. But the good people don't want to be a part of that bullshit. So, like, how does that kind of reconcile? But, all right, y'all. Have a good day. Spread love, you know what I'm saying?